Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As promised, here is part 2 of Robin, Paul, and Kenny's conversation after recording Paul's vocals for his version of Too Much Heaven. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, you may want to check that out first in order to better understand the context of this video. Link to part 1 in the description below. But before we get into part 2, I want to address a few things that came up in the comments for part 1. While overwhelmingly positive, a few of you were clearly struggling, and I would love the opportunity to put you at ease. First, this footage of the guys is not an interview. It's a conversation. While it was originally intended to be an interview, which confused the guys at first, it turned into this lovely chat.
We would be doing what we're doing today if it wasn't for you. So it's just
you can come again,
thank
Robin. Thank you.
Part 1 does start out a little awkward.
That was the main time I.
And his Mini. It was a Mini at the time. It was Mini crazy.
Yeah.
Mini Cooper.
Oh, oh really?
At those days, yeah.
Okay.
But those of you who stuck around beyond the first 4 minutes found that the conversation finally begins to flow.
See, I keep calling you Baby and thinking your second name's Face.
Yeah, you know.
Babyface.
Babe to his friends.
Yeah.
Next, for those of you who couldn't seem to wrap your heads around this,
It's,
Paul had just finished recording several hours of vocals and was getting a little throat relief. I dare you to try to sip your tea quietly with a wireless lapel mic attached to your collar. Okay, moving on. Several of you apparently enjoyed my Primo golf shirt and the sound of my voice. Thanks for that. And last but not least, Paul and Robin are joking when they say they aren't white.
But we're not white.
no, not we're black,
Come on,
actually.
man.
You're not?
No.
They don't actually think they're black.
That's it.
Didn't you know?
It was a joke.
A lot of people think we are.
Absolutely.
No one in the room was offended, and you shouldn't be either.
Well, that explains it then.
I can tell you from all of my time spent with Robin and all of the various artists during this project that there was nothing but mutual respect and admiration for each other in the room. Okay, enough from me. Here's part 2.
Okay, so the first time for me that I ever heard about the BeeGees was I knew Robert Stigwood, who was later, oh, actually at that time he was your manager probably, wasn't
That's right, yeah.
He was your manager. And I knew him in London. He knew Brian Epstein, who was the Beatles manager. They were friends. And Robert said to me one time, he said, do you want to come round to my place, you know, a cup of tea and stuff? There's something I'd like to play you. So I went round to his place. You remembered where it was.
That's right, Adams Row. Yeah,
Adams Row, yeah. And I went round there and he had this little demo record and he played it. And I said, wow, that's really good. And it was the mining disaster. Yeah. And he said, it's a group from Australia. He said, they're called the BeeGees. I said, well, they don't sound Australian. He said, well, no, they're actually sort of British, but they've been living in Australia and they're coming back. And he said, and I managed him. He said, what do you think of it? I said, I think it's really good. And I said to him, do these guys write? You know, is this somebody else's material? Are they writing this stuff? And so he said, no. He said, that's the great thing about them. He said, they're writing this stuff. I said, wow, really cool. Right. So that was the first time I heard about these guys.
And again, very influenced by what you guys were doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sounded, I think it was different enough. I mean, some people were influenced by us and just doing clone Beatles songs.
Right, yeah.
But your stuff wasn't, it was like influenced, but had its own thing, you know.
Well, thanks for that, Paul. Yeah.
So good old Robert.
Good old Robert, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think my first BG song was, that I remembered was the How Can You Mend a Broken Heart?
Oh, yeah.
Which is major. And then I heard the Al Green version of it as well, which just made me go back to all the BG music and start listening to it. In fact, we used to, in high school, I used to play the BG songs in the band. And we played, one of the first songs we played was Fanny Be Tender.
Oh, that was the main course album. Yeah.
Which album?
The main course album, yeah.
Yeah. So we played that, used to play that at the colleges. And it went over pretty well.
Good.
Yeah. Me and Paulie sat down and tried to figure out how would we approach this. Didn't quite know exactly how to how do you redo something that's great already? That's always hard.
We didn't know at all.
We didn't know.
Never mind quite. We didn't have the slightest clue. That's the thing, it's such a style.
Yeah.
You know, Too Much Heaven. What do you do with it? You know?
Right. And so we didn't want to, you never want to repeat something if you can, you know, and
I like the way it's gone up. I mean, it's
The reggae
tempo, yeah.
style, yeah.
I think
Nice.
it made it fun.
Yeah.
And it's I just imagine Paul, you know, kind of like on that, and so for me, I'm on top of the world here, because
Yeah.
for me to like being here with both of you guys, it's kind of ridiculous. You can I don't ever tell anybody like who I'm working with, but I was like running my mouth like crazy. Yeah, I'm over to England here getting ready to work with. I never do that, but I've been on the phone like crazy. This is the one time that I'm like really excited. And,
It's one of the nice things about this kind of record, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's a great spirit because it's a tribute to Morris.
It's interesting, more.
So there's a lovely spirit anyway.
yeah.
And then you're working with people you otherwise might not have an excuse to work with. You know, it's just like...
It's like working with your heroes. I like that. I mean, you're my hero, and that's... I don't mind saying that.
Well, you guys are mine.
I know this is a quality moment here.
It is. No, but it is true that it's exciting, you know, because in a way, I mean, we don't know each other.
That's right.
We just kind of suddenly meet up. But I know you through your music.
That's right.
You know me through our music. We know Kenny through his. So you just kind of meet together and go, okay. And I'll tell you what I like about these kind of sessions. I think everyone's really giving it their all.
Yeah.
It was like the concert for George. There was this feeling, everyone was like, no one was going to mess around.
Right.
It's like, let's try and get this right, shall we?
Yeah.
Because it's such a nice thing, and experience that kind of thing again.
Well, it's great. Thanks for doing this, Paul. It's fantastic.
Thanks for asking me.
As you can imagine, Paul's reggae version of Too Much Heaven was very cool. Unfortunately, it was never released, and neither were any of the other tracks that were started for the project, many of which I had the pleasure of hearing, including Sheryl Crow doing To Love Somebody, Rascal Flatts' version of More Than a Woman, Jagged Edge covering How Deep Is Your Love, and Wyclef doing Jive Talkin'. Bono was even slated to do Tragedy. Sadly, it wasn't meant to be, but that's for another video. And for any of you who noticed the upright bass in the background,
And while you're here, did you see in the corner there? That's the original Elvis Presley bass. Any Elvis fans amongst you?
Elvis's original bass player, Bill Black, played that very instrument during the Sun Records era of Elvis's recording and touring days. It's been a part of Paul's collection for a while now. As always, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel for more content. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you soon in the next one.